It's the 2K Sports pregame show.
Hey, Ernie Johnson here, and I'm joined by Kenny the Jet Smith and Shaquille O'Neal. Welcome to the NBA on 2K Sports. And coming up in just a bit, tip-off will be live from Salt Lake City as the Jazz go up against the New Orleans Pelicans. And for New Orleans, they lost Game 1 in this matchup earlier this season. They'll see them 4 times in all, looking to even the series with a win tonight. We'll get to see Ricky Rubio on the court tonight. The guy can be a magician with the basketball. One of the most exciting passers in the league. Guys both past and present. Who are some of the players who were the most fun to watch pass the basketball? Shaq?
Well, I played with one of them in Miami. Helped me get a championship. Jason White Chocolate Williams.
Oh, yeah.
I went to school where another one went to school. Pistol Pete Maravich was also very fabulous. But last one, Ernie, Steve Nash. Played with him in Phoenix also, those 3 guys.
You reckon there were any times, Shaq, in practice that you got, you just didn't see a pass coming?
Oh, no.
Took it right in the nose? Oh, come on. I'm sure you did. Everybody's done that.
No, Ernie.
No. Not the answer I thought I'd get from him, Kenny.
Well, I hate to say this. You can't mention these 2 guys in the same name with Rubio, but Magic Johnson.
Oh.
I mean, Magic Johnson is the guy. He's the guy who made the no-look pass.
Did you just mention Rubio and Magic on the same list?
I said I can't do that.
Okay, all right. I'm just making sure. Okay.
But Rubio's really good.
No, he's good.
But he's no Magic Johnson.
He's no Magic Johnson.
But he's pretty good.
Really good.
I'll leave it there.
And I'm with you on Pistol. He was a mess.
He was a man.
It was great. That'll do it for us for here for now. Thank you for tuning in, and we'll see you next time.
The Pelicans come into a Western Conference contest in this game. Well, the holidays always bring us some incredible NBA action. That's certainly what we have in store for us today. I'm Kevin Harlan alongside Greg Anthony, Steve Smith, and David Aldridge is joining us from the sideline. Taking a look at Utah. Try as they might, they've fallen behind the pack, but a chance here to reclaim some ground. It might be tough, but this is a team they're capable of beating.
Right now, for the Jazz, they have been one of the major surprises in the NBA this season. Unfortunately, for the wrong reasons.
What a nightmare of a season it's been for them. Nothing has gone right for a team we all thought would be real contenders coming into the year.
Now let's get a quick pregame update from David Aldridge, who had a chance to talk with head coach Quinn Snyder.
Well, Kevin, he said defensively their main priority is going to be preventing points in the paint. He told me we can't let them get comfortable inside. That's what'll hurt us. He wants them playing a very physical brand of D down low. We'll see if they got the message. Kevin?
Thanks, David. Well, both sides in this game have incredible talents in the front court. You get the feeling, Steve, that they'll be going back and forth all night long.
When you have versatile guys in the front court, they can take over the basketball game because no matter what, rebounding is a premium. And then you have these guys that can score, dribble, and pass. From the front court, if you have a talented big guy, he can impact the game, I think, even more than a guard.
Yeah, I agree. Tip-off goes to New Orleans. Now the opening lineup for the New Orleans Pelicans. The bigs inside, Davis and Cousins. Holiday out there with Rajon Rondo, and it's Liggins in at the 3. Back to Rondo.
Watch outside.
Dishes it to Cousins. Gobert pulls it in. On defense, New Orleans. They are coming into this having notched a win against the Knicks in their last game.
And I know the defense wasn't great, but yet and still, their ability to stay composed was impressive.
When things come too easy, it's easy to lose focus. But they held each other accountable and played hard.
A guy who converts well at the rim, you like to see the aggression there.
You really like him setting the tone early. Physical, challenging guys to stop him.
And so the New Orleans Pelicans get the first points of the ballgame. And Rubio kicks to Gobert. Somehow ignores the tight D and gets the layup.
Gobert bouncing off defenders, took a ton of contact and still scored.
Screen by Cousins. Outside Holiday. The dish to Liggins. Rondo against Rubio. Screen by Cousins. Here's Davis. And he tries off the glass, but it's no good. On defense, New Orleans. And DeAndre Liggins picks up the foul. That's his first foul.
And really, these are some of the toughest calls an official has to make.
Little over a minute 30 into this first quarter.
Yeah, you love the solid screen, but what you hate is just the inability to finish.
You can see he's frustrated with that one. Knows it's up to him to make that play. And right there, a little miscommunication on that pass.
New Orleans on D. Rubio with it. An 11-point game for him in the win against Cleveland.
He also was very good distributing the basketball, keeping guys involved and engaged all night.
Now here's Gobert. So they take the lead. Gobert's got his second basket.
Favors is a terrific big man, a wonderful passer who sees the floor so well.
And Holiday kicks to Rondo. That one doesn't go. Great D that time from Favors. Out to the right wing, Mitchell. Pelicans pull it in. Last time they met was in Salt Lake City, Utah, where they fell to the Jazz.
And really, you'd like to just see more from that inside game offensively. In that one, it didn't happen.
You know, it's not rocket science. When you're cold from the perimeter, you got to pound it inside and at least draw some fouls.
Utah leading. First quarter of basketball, just over 2.5 minutes play. Gobert dishes to Favors. And a slam dunk by Favors.
And the focus of Favors, calmly taking the hit and finishing the basket off.
And the thing that really sticks out when you look at Derek Favors, his defensive versatility. You know, he can guard the 4s or the 5s on the inside or out. And to have a player like that allows your team to excel.
Mirotic is checked in for DeAndre Liggins.
Mind the lanes. Mind the lanes. One shot.
And despite Favors' size and strength, he really moves his feet well.
And that's tremendously valuable in today's NBA. The ability to stay in front of smaller men in switches and pick and rolls. He has terrific lateral mobility.
And again, no good by New Orleans. Jazz leading by 5. Now, here's Ingles. He had a 12-point outing in their last game against Cleveland. And Rubio kicks to Ingles. Shot clock at 6. Favors sets the pick for Ingles. He goes up again. The feed to Rubio. And first quarter, we're about 3.5 minutes in. Ingles passes to Gobert. And he uses the glass on the layup. Gobert's got 6. Utah comes into this one after the win against Cleveland.
And you know, when everyone's working together, taking care of their roles, it just makes the game easier.
You know what? We got to see what this offense is capable of. When they get into a rhythm, man, watch out.
Rubio outside. And the lead now, double digits on that bucket.
Oh, great ball movement there.
And first time out of the game called for New Orleans. And at this point of the season, Steve, most players have a defined role in what they're expected to do from the coaching staff. Just how important is that to have for players in the NBA to have a roadmap to follow and stay between the lines?
It's extremely important. Reason why is you want to know what a guy's going to bring you night in and night out. And obviously, throughout the game and throughout the season, and in playoffs you have some injuries, guys' roles change. But when everybody's on the same page and doing their job, and that's a big, I could say, quote in the NBA, do your job and good things happen. Yep.
Pass to Ingles. The Jazz need to get off a shot here. Up again. And it's Anthony Davis with the rebound. Pelicans trail by 10. Here's Holiday. Stolen by Mitchell. Up top, Rubio. He's covered by Rondo. Kept alive. Favors dishes to Rubio. And Davis sends it back.
He's got that huge wingspan, and boy, does he use it well on the defensive end. If Davis is within shouting distance of the shooter, there's a good chance he'll get a hand on it.
Yeah, good-looking bounce pass to set up that one.
Jazz leading by 8. And Rubio kicks to Favors. Favors with the screen. Back to Ingles. And Cousins comes over to help. And it comes off the front of the rim.
And this is a guy that can get you stops. Aggressive on the defensive end.
Also doing a good job of tracking the ball, contesting the mid-range jumper as well.
So it's the Jazz now, following the shot by Drew Holiday. And yes, it's good. 8 points for Rudy Gobert.
Yeah, they're going to have a nice little run here.
They've been struggling here on offense.
Yeah, a bit of a dry spell for sure.
Mirotic, the screen. From downtown. Yes, and it's Holiday with the assist that time. Mirotic has got himself going with the triple, his first basket of the game. And Rubio kicks to Mitchell. Back to Rubio. Here's the screen. Passes it to Gobert. He dishes it to Favors. Over Davis. That one off the back iron and out.
Well, this whole period for him, it's been challenging. You can tell he's starting to press.
Here's Rondo. Rebound, Utah. Favors has got rebound number 5 here tonight.
They've been beating them to a lot of those loose balls and rebounds here to start.
Gobert with a screen on Holiday. Gobert with a screen for Ingles. Offline with his 3. Pelicans trail by 7. Holiday, the pass to Cousins. It's good. Cousins has got his second bucket of the night.
Yeah, and his inside game is about as good as it gets. Cousins loves operating out of that low block, and there isn't much any opposing defense can do to stop him.
Timeout is called, first of the game for the Jazz. Greg, when you watch DeMarcus Cousins play, you can see the beating he takes in the post, can't you?
Yeah, and that's just how it goes with star centers, with the size and activity of Cousins. And just like Shaq in the sense, big bruising centers are hard to officiate. Other players can lay into them and not even make a dent, but anyone else, it would be a foul.
So Utah ends up going with the new group. A big group substitution here for New Orleans. Diallo, he's checked in for Cousins. Darius Miller comes in for Anthony Davis. Ian Clark's checked in for Drew Holiday. And Moore subbed in for Rajon Rondo. Crowder kicks to Udoh. And it's blocked by Mirotic. And he recovers it. Udoh gets the bucket. Pelicans trail by 7. Here's Moore. A look at his stats. He averages a bit over 8 points a game. Mirotic has a wide open look. Misses off the left iron. And it's Utah's ball. They're on a 16-7 run. And here's Exum. Feeds to Udoh. Back to Exum. The Jazz working the ball around now. Shot clock at 5. Here's Burks. Miller grabs the miss.
And that one gives them a +5 rebound advantage, Kevin.
Out of bounds, Pelicans ball as New Orleans keeps possession. And a look now at the 4 areas where shots can come from. The paint, mid-range, and shots from deep all broken down for Utah.
And really, there's just such a lack of scoring for them from out at the top of the arc in terms of three-point range. And in today's game, you have to get scoring from the three-point range. And that area out above the free throw line extended is a real weak spot for them so far.
Moore right side. Mirotic with it. And Burks picks him up defensively. 6 to shoot.
Yeah, really like the defensive focus and intensity at the start.
Here's Jerebko, covered by Miller. Outer dishes to Burks. And the pass to Udo. A shot by Burks, nobody around. That one misses. And New Orleans will come the other way. Here's Clark. 20 points for him last game against New York. And the Jazz pushing it up now. Burks leading the charge. Makes it off the glass. And the Jazz lead by 9.
Agile play to get his hand in there and get the steal. Intelligent play to immediately start the break.
And Moore kicks to Miller. Here's Clark. Burks covering. Pass to Diallo. Here's Mirotic. Misses, and the dry spell continues. In transition, here come the Jazz. And he gets it to go as they call the foul. He's on his way to the line for one more.
I don't know if you can do it any better on both ends than they have tonight.
It's early, but they have taken full control of this game, and the fans here, they know it.
And when you look at Jay Crowder, he kind of bridges that gap between role player / star player. The numbers might not wow you, but his tough play at both ends of the court is extremely valuable.
And Greg, wouldn't you agree, Crowder clearly one of the best in the NBA in defending?
Without question. I mean, this guy guards 3 positions every night. And the combination of strength, quick feet, and then the quick hands make him a problem. And you just get the sense the whole period he's been a bit out of sync.
Yep, trying to shoot himself back into this. Regain some confidence first. When you miss a lay-in, it sort of sucks the energy out of your team.
Here's Miller, drops in the layup for 2.
This is a guy who knows how to orchestrate an offense. Terrific lead pass.
Exum passes to Jerebko. Now here's Burks. Not a lot of room. Over Miller. It's deflected.
And the stroke definitely lacking confidence this quarter. Nothing on target.
Mirotic's shot is off.
And they could have used that trying to cut into this lead. He's been off all night.
Out to the right wing. Exum dishes to Jerebko. Now here's Burks. Guarded closer for 3. Jerebko can't get it to go. Pelicans trail by 10.
They need a bucket in a big way here to regain some confidence.
Clark kicks to Miller. Crowder with the steal. And it's E'Twaun Moore with the foul. That is his first foul of the game. Out of bounds, New Orleans will take possession.
A moment now to see the numbers for Burks. How his last 10 games have gone. Averaging 9 points per game, 2 rebounds, and 2 assists. And clearly he's having a tough stretch here. But it's all about how you respond to the adversity. That'll be key.
Listening to your coaches. Putting in the work. Those are keys. That's really all you can control. Soft interior defense. You know he's going to be aggressive.
Utah leading by 8. 34 seconds left to play here in the first. Udo, the pass to Burks. Here's the teardrop. That one's good. Maybe that'll get him going after a 2-for-6 start. Pelicans shooting a lowly 30% to start this game out. Now Moore. Pass to Diallo. He feeds it to Miller. Down to 5 on the shot clock. First trip to the line for him here.
And he is a cool customer at the line, guys. You've got to be when you're shooting 84% on the season.
And he makes the first. And so he hits both.
Just solid. Really one of the very best there is at the free throw line.
Here's Jerebko, and he jams it with authority.
A tall guard who can see over the defense. Exum with no trouble locating the open teammate.
He got it up. No good trying to beat the buzzer. Rudy Gobert, he's feeling it tonight and has been the driving force for the Utah Jazz. He notched 8 points in the quarter and has that terrific basketball instinct on display. We'll return shortly. And Derek Favors known for his work ethic, and he talked about his focus on developing his skills.
Yeah, I just want to get better. I just want to keep improving as a player throughout the year, just get better, keep making strides, and keep getting better in every aspect of my game.
Well, the desire is there, and sounds like the commitment that he's showing is to how far, Greg, you think he can go?
Well, you talk about desire and commitment, and then you throw in the fact that he has the talent that can be built upon and improved. One big factor will be injuries. That's the big X factor that determines so many more careers than desire. Talent and commitment, you need to stay on the court.
And welcome back. It's been all one-sided so far through the first quarter as our second quarter gets underway. And guys, what's your take on Utah so far?
I mean, through one, you have to like the effort, especially on that defensive end.
There are several ways, as you know, to take control of a game. Getting stops is one of them.
And a moment now to reset the lineups, courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up for the second quarter of basketball. So on the floor for Utah, Exum and Burks, they're back. Udo out there with Jay Crowder. And it's Jerebko in at the small forward spot. And let's catch up with our sideline reporter, David Aldridge.
Well, guys, the Pelicans do have their challenges, but Anthony Davis remains committed to winning in New Orleans. He said, "I love it here. I don't plan on leaving. I guess I fit into that old school category where I want to try to win where I start my career. That's always been a goal of mine. My goal is to bring a championship here." Kevin?
And David, loyalty does go a long way. Davis is a perfect guy to build your team around. He wants to win. And the New Orleans Pelicans last season with one of the worst offensive rebounding percentages in history.
Yeah, I mean, it improved somewhat with DeMarcus Cousins coming in. But I think really it's the team's philosophy, though. They value getting back in transition more than they value a chance to attack that offensive glass.
Catching up on the changes for New Orleans. DeMarcus Cousins, he's checked in for Diallo, and Anthony Davis is subbed in for Darius Miller. Well, Smitty, we're in an era where there are just a handful of absolutely unreal scorers in the league, but if you had to pick one who makes it look the easiest or the best, who's your pick?
You're right. You have so many guys, Harden, Durant, Westbrook. But the one guy I think it makes it look the easiest, I would probably have to say Klay Thompson, because he doesn't need anything but to catch and shoot. And he's getting not just 20s and 30s, but he can go off for 60, 50s and 60s. That's the guy that makes it look the easiest.
They should continue to get the ball inside. The defense struggling to contain them.
Screen by Cousins. And Moore kicks to Liggins. Inside, Davis. Terrific design on the pick play, and he lays it in.
If there's a list of the best inside scorers in the NBA, Davis has got to be right at the top. When he gets his hands on the ball down low, you might as well just count it.
And the Jazz call time here. And Utah Jazz head coach Quinn Snyder was an outstanding basketball player in his own right.
Well, yeah, he was an All-American point guard in high school. His high school team, Mercer Island, was ranked #1 in the country. He got at Duke to 3 Final Fours. He didn't play pro basketball, but he got his law degree, his business degree, and he went into coaching.
So it's both teams making substitutions here.
And checking out some numbers for Gobert. Unbelievable play for him over the last month. 4th in field goal percentage, 5th in blocks, and he's an elite glass eater, a factor inside among the top 10 in rebounds per game.
And yeah, he's such an efficient scorer, understands the offense, moves without the ball so well. That's why he's top 5 in field goal percentage. Here's Liggins. He's got 8. Cousins dishes to Davis. Back to Cousins. And Cousins throws it down.
Yeah, dynamic finish by Cousins. Not a freak athlete, but he's a gamer for sure.
Utah leading by 4. And Rubio kicks to Gobert. Dishes it to Favors.
You know, Derek Favors has played alongside a lot of different type of centers. That's why he's worked so hard to add a jump shot, so it's not all clogged up in the middle.
Utah shooting their 3rd and 4th free throw attempts of the game.
Shooting 2.
First free throw is good.
The former 3rd overall pick in the 2010 NBA draft, Derek Favors is a gifted big man and a crucial player to this team.
He doesn't get the second one. Pelicans trail by 5. A shot by Holiday. Nobody around. Again, the Pelicans score. And Steve, when you look at Favors, if you had to pick, do you play him at power forward or do you play him at the 5? You play him at the center?
I think in the old days you play him at the power forward position, but I think right now, nowadays, he's maybe a shade better at the center spot. It's close. You could argue either way. I'll tell you what, despite the miss, he's going to be looking for that same shot again.
And it goes out of bounds. That one off Rubio. And a brief look now at who's leading the league in the rebound department. 5th is Rudy Gobert.
And you can't win games without rebounding the basketball. That's what has made him such an important part of what they do.
Rubio against Rondo. And it's Davis at the elbow. Over Favors.
Favors uses every inch of his frame to his advantage on defense. He is a physically imposing player who makes shooters uneasy.
Mitchell passes to Rubio. Gobert dishes to Ingles. Kicks to Mitchell. 6 to shoot. Back to Ingles. From deep. Out of bounds. New Orleans will take possession. And how is the West shaping up, guys? Well, let's take a moment here to check it out now that the mid-season grind is well underway. Look at New Orleans. They're 8th in the conference and really looking to improve on the back end of the season. And, of course, there's Utah, 3.5 back.
And I think for the Jazz, this season has to really become a wake-up call for them moving forward. If they didn't recognize before this year that they didn't have the talent to compete in this league, they sure as heck better recognize it now.
I'm sure they do, because it's obvious that the way this team is currently constructed just isn't working. Changes have to be made, and they can't wait too long to make them.
And with that, the Utah lead is cut down to 1 on the bucket from Drew Holiday.
And now you see them starting to really work the ball inside.
Ball's knocked loose. And it's out of bounds. Utah able to retain possession here. For Utah, they've gone 2 of 6 from the field in the second quarter so far. And Rubio kicks to Favors to the inside. Here's Gobert. That's in. That's his 5th field goal. He's shooting a hot 71%, 5 for 7. And it's the Pelicans ball. They're on a 14-5 run here. Screen by Cousins. Rondo passes to Cousins. Gobert with the defensive effort.
Wow, he had it at point-blank range, but the defense was all over him.
And Rubio kicks to Favors. To the paint, and stolen by Cousins. Here's Davis, and it's Davis with the jam.
And guys, that's a big swing right there. I mean, taking the steal and then turning it into 2 easy points on the dunk.
No telling how important that sequence could turn out to be.
No doubt that could be a gigantic swing in momentum given how that sequence developed.
And Utah has possession. Following the score by New Orleans. Shot clock at 6. Gobert with a screen on Rondo. Here's Rubio. And the shot no good, a bit short. For New Orleans, they've gone 7 for 10 here in the second quarter. They'd like to keep up that nice pace. And now Utah, fast break. Here's Mitchell. So the whistle blows on the shot and 2 free throws for the contact right there.
Yeah, way to play in attack mode and get to the line.
And the Jazz last season making the playoffs for the first time, Steve, in 5 years.
You know, ownership showing the patience to build this team back to contention. The front office, part of the San Antonio Spurs tree, drafting well and developing their young players.
Shooting 2.
And he knocks down the first one. And Smitty, I can see on a court where you have a favorite spot to shoot, but were you the kind of guy too, because you were such an outstanding shooter, that you had to receive the ball at a certain place, like on your hip or around your shoulder, in front or on the side? Was that important to your shot?
Hey, Kevin, great question. A lot of guys like it in different situations. They call it a shot pocket, but I kind of liked it on my left side to kind of grab it with my left hand so I can catch it. Then I can rip through an all-in-one motion or pump fake. So putting it on that left hand was where I really liked it, Kevin.
It was in your rhythm, right? That's exactly where you could catch, and that was the rhythm that you would establish for yourself.
Yeah, for sure. And every time it was there, you just felt like it was going in. Obviously, if it wasn't perfect, you still had to make the shot. But that's where I liked it, right on that left hand to go right into my shot.
It's good, and the Jazz lead is cut down to just 1 on the basket from Cousins.
And the crisp passing has opened things up for them offensively.
Gobert with a screen on Rondo. Oh, the lob to Gobert. Oh, and they get in the way of the alley-oop. Not to be. Good play defensively. Rondo dishes to Holiday. Here's Cousins. And so he earns a trip to the line. Official saw the contact, and he'll shoot 2.
And Cousins is no joke down low. It's no surprise when the D elects to foul him, given his massive size. Yeah, and last season, DeMarcus Cousins moving on in that blockbuster trade. Really impossible to get equal value for a star like Cousins, but he was pleased, I think, to put all the rumors of being traded to bed.
He's off on the first. And with Cousins, he found out that he was being traded to the Pelicans while at the All-Star game in New Orleans.
And it's never easy fitting in with another star like the Brow, but Cousins is just so skilled that you knew they would find a balance. And at the end of the day, Cousins seems to be happy with the team who's committed to him.
And he ends up missing both free throws.
And you can tell that Cousins wants to win badly. A super competitive guy. His skill set is off the charts.
Here's Mitchell. He picked up 24 points in their last one against Cleveland. Gobert, the screen. Favors with a screen on Holiday. Clock at 4. The dish to Favors. And Derek Favors with the slam.
Watch out. When Favors gets loose around the rim, he can pound it.
Pelicans trail by 3. Holiday, the pass to Rondo. Davis sets a screen. Rondo kicks to Davis. Over Favors. And that one goes long.
And you see why his reputation is so strong defensively. He allows no separation.
And so many defenses are not designed to take away the mid-range jumper, but he's given nothing away.
Now, here's Rubio. Following the miss by Anthony Davis. Gobert with a screen on Rondo. Here's Rubio. And so the ball out of bounds. Gobert touched it last.
All right, a chance to look at the numbers for Ingles. His last 10 games, averaging 9 points per game, 2 assists, and 2 rebounds. And the numbers won't wow you, but I like the effort he brings to the table each and every night.
You need guys who understand their roles. Carry them out without complaint. Everything he does is for the team.
17-foot shot on the way. That one also a miss for him, just like the other 3 attempts this game. Out to the right wing. Rondo dishes to Cousins. Back to Rondo. New Orleans moving the ball around. Here's Mirotic. And again, no good by New Orleans. Utah leading by 3. Here's Mitchell. That's good. It's Rubio with the assist. Mitchell's got 5 points so far.
Crossing up the defense, and that's what you expect from Rubio. Terrific vision.
And Holiday kicks to Mirotic. Gets in and hoping this is the start of a new trend. 2 for 8 now from the field.
I mean, the number of points they've scored in the paint already here is eye-opening.
Utah calls timeout. And the Pelicans at last season's trade deadline making the big deal for DeMarcus Cousins.
You know, you look at Anthony Davis being paired with Cousins, and certainly on paper you could make the argument that they've got the best 1-2 punch on the front line in the league. 2 Kentucky guys, great size and offensive skill in terms of their versatility. If they can surround them with shooters and some perimeter defense, I think this group could be scary.
A big group substitution here for New Orleans. Diallo, he's checked in for Cousins. Miller comes in for Davis. Ian Clark's checked in for Drew Holiday. And it's Etuan Moore checking in for Rajon Rondo. Now, here's Exum. Coming in off a 10-point performance last game out. The shot's good from Jerebko. Jerebko's got his 2nd bucket of the game to go.
Excellent move to score the basketball despite a weak pick.
Mirotic, the screen. The feed to Clark. From deep. Good on the 3-point shot.
That was big because they dug a big hole in the first quarter, but starting to show signs of life.
Exum kicks to Crowder. Now, here's Exum. He's tightly guarded. Jerebko, the pass to Udo. Here's Burks. Udo dishes to Exum. Over to the left wing. Inside.
And this sort of awesome dunk is one of the reasons this team is in charge of this game.
Well, there's a swagger out there. You can see it on the court that they possess and are not afraid to show it either. Here's Clark after the basket by Utah. Diallo, no good.
And you can see the defenders afraid to kind of get in his way a lot of times when he's on his way to the basket. But on that one, they were there.
Utah leading by 5. Exum with it. Looking at his numbers, he's averaging about 6.5 points a game. He kicks to Burks. Here's Crowder. That one, no good. And it's the Pelicans taking it the other way. They've got the Timberwolves ahead of them next in Minneapolis. That will conclude their brief 2-game road trip. Clark kicks to Diallo. And that's out of bounds. New Orleans will retain possession. There's 42 seconds left to play in the first half. Utah's gone 1 of 4 from three-point range in the second. Not a whole lot dropping out there for them. Yarebko, the pass to Exum. And oh boy, a lot of contact there, but he gets the call and will shoot 2.
And they're really getting more points at the free throw line here in the second quarter.
And Dante Exum, a 6'6" slashing point guard. You don't see a lot of players who fit that mold.
No, you don't, Kevin. His size and quickness is really the foundation of his game. He's very elusive off the dribble, and at the defensive end, he's been terrific for a young player.
Shooting 2.
The first free throw is good. And the Utah Jazz, one of the top 6 teams in the league last season. But, Steve, they were swept by the Warriors in the second round after the Jazz took care of the Clippers in round 1. How far does this team still have to go to contend for a title, you think?
They've gone from average to very good, but a talent drain this summer with Hayward and Hill moving on. They'll need to regroup, and the West is only getting scarier.
Both shots good from the stripe.
Yeah, and the Pelicans, after making the playoffs in 2015, had some high expectations with superstar Anthony Davis, but last year was a bit of a disappointment, and it forced them to kind of pull the trigger and go out and land DeMarcus Cousins. So their fortunes now, I think, are going to be held by those 2 anchors on the front line.
And Mirotic is no stranger to contact on his shots. Puts just the right amount of touch on it.
Exum's shot is off.
Yeah, the aggressive D inside leads to a missed opportunity there.
You know, he had terrific position, does a good job of affecting the shot without fouling. The defense cannot afford to give him an inch that close to the basket because he will burn you every time.
And we're through the first half of basketball here, and what's been a good one. It's the Jazz. They're up by 3. And now let's catch up with David Aldridge, who's standing by from the sideline. All right, Dave.
Thank you, Kevin. With Coach Quinn Snyder, Quinn, what has to happen in the second half?
Well, we got to keep getting stops and really just make plays. Make plays on the offensive end and be solid defensively. No magic.
It's a pretty simple game, right, Coach? Thanks for your time. Back to you, Kevin.
Thanks for the great interview, David. And we'll be back for the third quarter of basketball following halftime.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
We so hope you enjoyed our first half. Ernie Johnson, Shaquille O'Neal, Kenny the Jet Smith. This is the halftime report. The first quarter was all about Rudy Gobert. He had 10 points, 4 rebounds, and 1 steal. And, Kenny, what'd you see out there from the Jazz?
Well, there was one pleasant surprise, and that was the bench. They gave him a big lift. Those guys came into the game, they did all the dirty work, and they scored baskets.
Shaq, how do you think New Orleans played?
Well, their poor rebounding is really hurting them. It hasn't killed them on the scoreboard yet, but they need to pick it up. This is a game they can win. And if they come out hustling in the second half, they can win.
That's it for now, as the second half's just about ready to go.
The streets and buildings of Salt Lake City lit up gorgeously as we welcome you back to the action here in Utah. And it's been a back-and-forth game so far with no ground given through the first half. Third quarter starting here now. Rudy Gobert has been sensational.
And they haven't needed a lot of shots to get their points. Just tremendous efficiency here in the first half.
What I love watching is they are working for high percentage looks and cashing in when they get them.
Utah leading by 3. On the floor for Alvin Gentry as we get into the second half. The star big men pair of Davis and Cousins are up front. Rajon Rondo is out there with Holiday, and it's Liggins in at the 3 slot.
Love how Gobert scores in all kinds of ways, using his athleticism to his advantage.
Screen by Cousins. Holiday attacking. Gobert with the block. And so the ball out of bounds. Gobert touched it last.
And a chance here to check out some stats on Anthony Davis. The last 10 games, he has been on a heck of a run. First in blocks, 8th in field goal percentage, and he's among the top 15 in rebounding. Just a powerful presence in the paint.
He has been a human highlight reel all season long. Clearly the best shot blocker in the game right now, and he has the numbers to back it up. And it's Mitchell missing.
He just never looks comfortable when he's that far away from the basket.
Holiday attacking, lays it up and in on the nice reverse. Holiday's got 6.
And the combination of his quickness and soft touch around the rim really allows him to pull off shots like that. A lot of players don't have the reverse in their arsenal.
Here's Rubio. Second half just getting started. About a minute played. Mitchell kicks to Favors. Favors with the screen. 6 on the shot clock. Favors with the screen on Holiday. Here's Mitchell. Off the mark there with the 3-point shot.
I'll tell you what, his shot's off, but the rest of the team is on. That's why they're still winning.
And the rejection by Favors.
The 7'4" arm span of Favors paying big dividends when it comes to rim protection.
There's the screen. Rubio left side. Here's Gobert. And Davis sends it back.
That's 1 for their first 4 to start the second half.
That shot off. Great D that time from Favors. Here's Mitchell, guarded by Holiday. Mitchell kicks to Gobert. Here's Rubio. The Jazz again can't hit it.
Terrible beginning to the second half. Just 1 of 5 so far.
Passes to Davis. Right wing. Here's Liggins. And again, no good by New Orleans. Jazz leading by 3. Here's Mitchell. Drops it in from 11 feet. He has 7.
And just enough wiggle room to get off his shot.
You know, going up against size, you know you have to get separation. Nice move from mid-range.
Now here's Davis. Very solid contribution from him as he averages over 20 points a game. And he could not get that one to go. A lot of contact, and he'll go to the line for 2. They get Derek Favors.
Clearly a foul.
Greg, from his one-and-done season at Kentucky, leading college basketball in block shots. We knew Anthony Davis could dominate defensively, but did you have any idea he'd be this good offensively?
None. I mean, with his length and athleticism, you knew he'd have an impact as a finisher. But the way his shooting has developed, it has been remarkable. Now, granted, this was a guy that at one point was recruited to play point guard coming out of high school, but he's playing more like a shooting guard with his skill set.
And the first one at the line is good. And both free throws good for Davis. Well, the NBA can be a superstitious place at times, Steve, with all the quirks and characters in the league. And you played. What was the strangest game day ritual that you ever saw?
I think Harold Miner, he touched everything with his nose, his gym shoes, his wristbands, the basketballs at the free throw line, and everybody did. And I think for me, as I got older, it wasn't strange. It was out of necessity. I had to get in some kind of steam room and have all those hot pads wrapped around me just to get loose to play.
I like that story. I don't like Baby Jordan's story, though. Harold Miner, that doesn't work for me. I don't understand that. And that one falls for Favors.
Look at the front court tandem of Rudy Gobert and Derek Favors. Both tremendous players. The question, though, do you get enough spacing with those two inside to win it all?
Now here is Holiday. 6 points for him. Here's Davis, and the rejection by Favors.
And tonight, he just hasn't been efficient offensively. That's a big reason why they're behind.
Mitchell kicks to Ingles. There's the pick. He dishes it to Gobert. Rubio outside. And Davis sends it back. Rondo against Rubio. Holiday with the three. And the foul called on DeMarcus Cousins. That'll be his second foul of the game.
Obviously, Rondo's main priority is to dish the rock. When you're open, he'll get it to you.
Utah has gotten blank from three-point land so far in the third. Still 0 for 3. Mitchell kicks to Gobert. Gobert, the screen. Off the screen. And slam dunk by Gobert.
I like Gobert's attack mentality around the rim. You can tell he loves to throw it down.
And in today's NBA, you can sometimes get diminishing returns with two big men who both need to be around the rim.
That's correct, but two things help this Jazz team. Favors is a good mid-range jump shooter. Defensively, he and Gobert are both very mobile for their size. Helps them against small ball teams.
Now, here's Rubio. He gives a bit of a scoring lift to the team, averaging 8 points a game. Rondo with the steal. And now, here's Davis, the fast break opportunity. Here's Holiday. No good there. Gobert with the defensive effort. Utah leading by 4. Here's Mitchell. He has 7. Ingles dishes to Rubio. 6 on the shot clock, and it's a defensive 3-second violation.
Well, Rudy Gobert drafted the 27th pick in the 2013 draft. The Jazz looked at him as just a project, but his development has been rapid.
And he shows the focus there, nails the technical.
What you get with Rubio, good size for a guard, terrific playmaker, and trying to become a better scorer.
Mitchell kicks to Gobert. On the wing, Ingles. Favors with the screen. Ingles can't get it to go. And Gobert may be the most impactful defender in the NBA. Steve, do you think he has a chance to become the best international player in this league?
You know, I think if his offense can catch up with his defense, he's transformed the Jazz into one of the elite defensive teams in the NBA. So, yes, I think he has a chance. It all depends on his offense.
Tries again, and it's going to be a goaltending call here, so they'll count the bucket.
Yeah, that's a tough call for the refs to make there. I'm not sure it was on the way down, but that's how they saw it.
Pelicans trail by 5. Now here's Rondo. He hasn't yet put up any points in this one. Holiday, the pass to Cousins. Back to Holiday, and he makes that one.
That's just an incredible find coming from the big man. No debating Cousins' smarts on the court. He picks out a pass there that not many guys would have seen.
Feeds it to Ingles. And Favors kicks to Gobert. And it's Anthony Davis with the rebound. Davis has got 9 rebounds now tonight. Outside Holiday. Cousins, no good.
Just great at getting after it defensively, forcing guys into tough shots.
Yeah, to be successful, you've got to protect the paint. He rises to that challenge.
Now here is Davis. He has 6. Gobert with the block.
The size and reach of Gobert making him a tremendous defensive anchor, protecting the paint.
A different look for Utah. Jay Crowder's checked in for Favors. Urebko comes in for Joe Ingles, and it's Burks in for Mitchell. The Pelicans also changing it up. Diallo, he's checked in for Davis. Miller comes in for Drew Holiday. And Ian Clark subbed in for Rajon Rondo. And again, New Orleans has no luck. Jazz leading by 3. Burks kicks to Rubio. On the 3 off target.
All the time in the world to get that one off.
Miller dishes to Liggins. To the wing on the left. Here's Clark. And he uses the glass on the layup. Clark's got 7 points in the game.
That's the kind of aggressive and assertive play they need as we get closer and closer to crunch time.
Burks kicks to Gobert. Gobert, the screen. Turnaround Jay. Pelicans pull it in.
And you see why his reputation is so strong defensively. He allows no separation.
And so many defenses are not designed to take away the mid-range jumper, but he's given nothing away.
How about the sharp steal and then run out? It looks like they're ready to put the hammer down.
Well, we've been waiting for one of these teams, Greg, to pull away. Maybe that'll be a springboard for them.
That could be a game changer. That jam just sent shockwaves through the arena.
They set the screen. Liggins, and it's off the back rim. No good.
Not sure of the thought process on that one. Really bad shot selection.
Well, you're playing for the team, not just yourself. They needed much better execution that trip down the floor.
And the Pelicans with possession here. After the miss from Jay Crowder. The finish. And he goes up strong with one hand and flushes it down.
And on the defensive side, just a failure to match up.
Well, the one thing you want to take away is anything at the rim. Just too easy.
Here's Liggins. 8 points for him. Screen by Cousins. Diallo the pass to Liggins. The drive by Cousins. And 2 shots coming up at the line as he gets fouled on the shot. And the foul goes against Utah.
And Cousins lives at the line. Just applies tremendous pressure on the defense.
For New Orleans, they have missed 2 free throws in the game, going 5 for 7.
And 74% has been the mark for them on the season thus far.
2 shots.
First one falls for him. Udo's checked in for Utah. Dante Exum comes in for Ricky Rubio. And New Orleans also making a change. Morris checked in for DeAndre Liggins. And so DeMarcus Cousins nails both of them. Utah leading by 3. And here's Exum. He's got 6. Now Udo. Good work there as it goes. Udo's got his 2nd basket of the game.
He stands 6'6". He's a combo guard. Burks is capable of handling and creating for others.
Screen by Cousins. And Moore kicks to Diallo. To the wing on the left. Here's Cousins. Rebound, Utah. Udo's got 4 rebounds now tonight. Burks dishes to Exum. Back to Burks. And there's the pass to Crowder. And Cousins comes over to help. Udo kicks to Urebko. 6 on the shot clock. Burks can't get it to go. Pelicans trail by 5. Here's Cousins. And he was fouled on the way up. 2 free throws now for him.
And the Utah Jazz, historically, they've always been one of the better franchises in the NBA. And it was nice to see them back in the playoffs in 2017 after that 4-year rebuilding phase. It tied their longest playoff drought since the team moved to Utah.
2 shots.
The first one falls. And this Jazz organization operating in a small market, but over the years, so competitive.
Yeah, you know, and a lot of times teams want to take shortcuts to contention. The Jazz know they're not going to win the free agent bidding war. So that creates a kind of discipline that they're looking to build from within.
Mirotic is checked in for New Orleans. Now, here's Exum. He's got 6, pass to Burks. And Crowder with the basket on the assist by Burks. Crowder's got 4 points this quarter.
And they're beginning to just flat out fall apart defensively right now, especially on the interior.
Here's Miller, and the shot is long. Jazz leading by 6. The 3, and that's good. Jay Crowder for 3. Crowder's got 10 points in the game.
I mean, defensively, you have to close out harder than that.
And it's more penetrating. And Cousins gets it to go.
Hitting only 1 of 5 this quarter. He's in a little bit of a slump, but it looks like he's trying to shoot his way out of it.
Here's Burks. Beautiful dish, and the layup goes down. 8 points for him.
And we always talk about making your teammate better. That assist was right on target.
And Moore kicks to Mirotic. Back to Moore, down low. He's looking for Cousins and finds him. Gets to the rim for 2 with the D all over him.
One of the most prolific scoring big men in the game. Cousins getting his tonight.
Exum passes to Urebko. There's 49 seconds left to play here in the third. The shot missing. Good D by Miller.
Well, just think what's happening here. He hasn't found his groove, yet they still hold the lead. Fantastic rim protection. That's not in his wheelhouse to overcome.
Crowder kicks to Urebko. Back to Crowder. The Jazz working the ball around now. A shot by Udo, no good. Pelicans trail by 7. Mirotic dishes to Clark. Here's Miller, and he could not get that one to go. A lot of contact, and he'll go to the line for 2. These are his 3rd and 4th free throw attempts of the game.
Gentlemen, 2 shots. 2 shots.
The first free throw is good.
And one of the problems in the first half, that shoddy work at the free throw line. They needed to fix that, and they've been much improved since the break.
Both free throws good for Miller.
And they are making it look easy at the free throw line here in the second half.
Exum kicks to Udo. And that comes off the assist by Exum. Udo's got 4 points in the quarter.
Serve and the defense there. He makes a terrific read.
Clark for 3, and it would have counted had it fallen, but it's offline. And we've watched 3 so far in this one. Jazz lead by 7. And we'll have the start of the 4th quarter for you as soon as we get back from this short break. A chance now to hear Coach Quinn Snyder talking to his team moments ago in the huddle.
Our activity defensively has been great. Active hands. Okay, the other thing is it's allowing us to defensive rebound. Okay, so keep attacking the defensive rebound.
And Quinn Snyder really focusing on stops and limiting the other side to 1 shot per possession.
And that's his calling card. Terrific defensive coach, demands excellence from his guys on that end of the floor.
Just 1 quarter left in regulation. Welcome back, everyone. Thanks for tuning in. Exum and Burks, their backcourt. Jay Crowder out there with Udo, and it's Jerebko in at the small forward. That's the 5 on the floor for the Jazz. Now here's Crowder, pass to Burks. And Utah, another 3.
All Burks needs is a little space, that time freed nicely by the screen.
Moore passes to Miller. And he's fouled pretty hard on that shot, but he's got the chance to pick up the points at the line.
Gentlemen, 2 shots. Roof shots.
That free throw good from Miller. New Orleans making a switch here. Holiday's checked in. Both free throws good for Miller. So it's the Jazz now. After this one, they're off to Denver to take on the Nuggets. And that'll be game 1 of a 4-game road trip. Crowder dishes to Burks. Back to Crowder. He feeds it to Exum. Kicks it to Jerebko. There's a good screen. Here's Burks. And Davis sends it back. And he's able to get it back. Pelicans trail by 6. And Holiday kicks to Mirotic. Here's Jerebko, covered by Miller. Dishes to Crowder. The feed to Exum. Crowder kicks to Jerebko, passes it to Udo. Over Davis, and Davis sends it back. And it's out of bounds. The Jazz able to retain possession here. A different look for Utah. Derek Favors checked in for Crowder. Joe Ingles comes in for Jerebko. And it's Mitchell in for Alec Burks. And the Pelicans making a change here as well. Rondo's checked in. Final quarter here, and we're just over 1.5 minutes through it. But they recover it. Exum. And he banks in the layup. And the Jazz lead by 8.
Dante has great length and quickness to be able to operate inside the paint.
Mirotic the screen. Rondo passes to Mirotic. Good. And it's Rondo who picks up the assist. Rondo's got his 4th assist with that last one here tonight. Now here's Exum. He's covered by Rondo. Exum with it. Here's the dish to Favors. They set the pick. And it's rebounded by Drew Holiday.
Not his best game, but they're still getting it done collectively.
Now here's Rondo. He's guarded closely. A beautiful reverse layup. Now just a 3-point Jazz lead. So it's the Jazz now. Just over 2.5 minutes played now here in the final quarter of regulation. Feeds it to Favors. Jumper off the screen. Again, Favors missing.
You know he would like to have that one back. A clear look from the mid-range.
Here's Rondo. Holiday left side. Puts one up from 19. And he can't bank that one in. Utah leading by 3. Here's Mitchell. Blanketed by the D. He fights to the rim for the layup. For New Orleans, they've gone 3 of 4 in field goal attempts since getting things started here in the fourth. Davis sets a screen. A bit under 3.5 minutes have passed here in the fourth. Mirotic dishes to Miller. Clock is at 3. Over Ingles. Miller, no luck. Out of bounds. New Orleans will take possession. A different look for Utah. Rudy Gobert comes in for Utah. And Ricky Rubio subbed in for Dante Exum. And the Pelicans making a change here as well. Liggins is checked in. Pelicans trail by 5. And again, New Orleans has no luck.
And you see why his reputation is so strong defensively. He allows no separation.
And so many defenses are not designed to take away the mid-range jumper, but he's given nothing away.
New Orleans making a switch here. Diallo's checked in. Now, here's Rubio. He kicks to Ingles. Gobert, the screen. Here's Favors. It's rebounded by New Orleans.
Yeah, the aggressive D inside leads to a missed opportunity there.
You know, he had terrific position, does a good job of affecting the shot without fouling.
Holiday, basket is good. The assist from Rondo. Rondo's got his 5th assist in this one. Here's Mitchell. Favors with a screen on Holiday. Mitchell kicks to Gobert. He dishes it to Mitchell. 6 on the shot clock. Here's Rubio. No good on that one. And New Orleans will come the other way. Holiday, the pass to Rondo. Outside for Davis. Here's Liggins. Ingles covering.
Oh, just solid on the one-handed slam.
And guys, when it's a tight ball game like this, he's the guy they want with the ball. Utah has gone 1 of 2 from three-point range here in the fourth. And Rubio kicks to Gobert. Here's Favors. Again, Favors missing. For New Orleans, they've gone 5 of 8 shooting as we've come down the home stretch in this final quarter. And Davis gets it to go.
And they're forcing the ball inside, and it's working like a charm.
Utah trailing here. Now, here's Rubio. To the wing right side. Here's Favors. The Jazz again can't hit it.
He's trying to shoot his way out of this slump, but it's not to be.
And oh boy, a lot of contact there, but he gets the call and will shoot 2.
And when you look at the Pelicans, you got to expect for them to be one of the top defensive teams in the league. You've got the Twin Towers down low, and Drew Holiday is in the top handful, I think, of defensive point guards in the league.
2 shots.
Free throw good from Drew Holiday. And Drew Holiday at 6'4", great size for the point guard position.
And his height enables him to cover shooting guards. At the same time, he does a great job of keeping smaller players in front of him.
Both free throws good from Holiday.
And they've been so steady at the line in the second half. Gotten a good volume of free throws and converting at a high clip.
Now, here's Rubio. The pass to Favors. That's good. It's Rubio with the assist. That gives him a double-double in this one. 10 points and 11 rebounds. Davis sets a screen. Rondo drives in. And out of bounds as Utah gains possession. DeMarcus Cousins is checked in for New Orleans. Utah has gone 1 of 2 from three-point range here in the fourth. Mitchell dishes to Gobert. Out to the right wing. Rubio the pass to Gobert. Davis with some nice D. New Orleans in the lead. Here's Cousins, and then Cousins with the dunk.
Fundamentals, guys, using the one-hand slam.
Really makes the basics look pretty exceptional. And here's Rubio. Pass to Mitchell. Back to Rubio. They set the pick. Gobert with a screen on Rondo. Favors with the screen. Just 5 on the clock. Here's Rubio. And Davis sends it back. And they're able to recover. And they'll turn it over. Could not get off a shot. 24-second violation. Pelicans leading by 3. Outside Rondo. And that one clearly a foul. Gets the whistle and 2 shots coming up. Well, a few things have become clear with Rondo in the past few seasons. 1, Greg, he needs to be happy with his situation in order to be productive. And 2, he can give you big numbers at times, but he isn't the player he once was on that Celtic team.
Yeah, and Rondo, he's such a hard-headed guy and has his own way of approaching things. If you clash with him, everything goes up in flames with his game. He needs to be on the same page with his coach, and he's running out of coaches who will put up with it.
That free throw, no good.
You know, Rondo takes great pleasure at slicing and dicing up the defense. One of the best passers in the game.
And the second free throw, good.
Yeah, the main thing here, though, guys, is just to make sure you get a 2-possession game now.
Jazz trail by 4. Some tough offensive sets. They want to turn it around.
Yeah, right now you just need a bucket to get some momentum.
Nice ball movement by Utah. Gobert with a screen for Ingles. A second chance effort. The rebound by Holiday. Holiday's got 4 rebounds in this game. Pass to Davis. To the right side. And Cousins gets to Holiday. Stolen by Mitchell. He feeds it to Rubio. Kicks it to Ingles. Gobert the screen. Gobert with the screen on Davis. Ingles, that's for 2. Pelicans pull it in, but they get it back. Rubio with a wide open look. Favors. Kicks it out to Rubio. There's the feed to Mitchell. No good. Not a friendly rim at all. This trip down. Davis kicks to Liggins. Back to Davis. Over to the wing. Off target from three-point range. Jazz trail by 4. Dishes to Rubio. Passes to Ingles. Feeds it to Favors. Cousins against Gobert. Nice D from Cousins.
And the truth is, I've been there. He's trying to find the rhythm on his shot. He feels like he's close, and that's why he keeps shooting.
And Davis with the basket on the assist by Holiday. Holiday's got his 7th assist in the game. And the foul on Drew Holiday. That'll be his 2nd foul of the game. Here's Ingles. Gobert dishes to Mitchell. He kicks to Favors. Gobert the screen. They set the pick. 6 to shoot to end the drought. That one's good. The New Orleans lead is cut back down now to 4 on the bucket from Favors.
With the game tightening up, Favors with the confidence to attack. Big bucket.
Davis sets a screen. Rondo kicks to Holiday. Makes it off the glass. Holiday's got the lead up to 6 now for New Orleans.
If you're going in amongst the trees, you have got to be aggressive.
Especially at that kind of height disadvantage. You're looking to score the ball or at least draw the foul.
Now, here's Ingles. Here's Favors, and the rejection by Cousins. Holiday with it. Guarded now by Rubio. Favors against Cousins. There's the dish to Davis. Over Gobert. And Davis can't get it to go. Utah has gone 1 of 2 from three-point range here in the 4th. Ingles passes to Rubio. It's rebounded by New Orleans. Cousins has got 11 rebounds in the game. There's the screen. Rondo against Ingles. Here's Cousins, and it's good, coming on the assist by Rajon Rondo. Cousins has got 11 in the 2nd half. And Gobert kicks to Mitchell. He dishes it to Favors. Over Cousins, and that's going to be a travel. .51 seconds left here in the 4th quarter. Now the pass to Liggins. Holiday dishes to Rondo. He had stolen by Ingles. Here's Mitchell. The Jazz again can't hit it. Now Holiday. Back to Davis. And stolen by Favors.
And the point differential just too difficult to overcome.
This is where it stings. You just want to keep competing, but deep down, you know it's just not your night.
Rubio against Rondo. So we see the Pelicans get the win here. They came in here and took care of business like they were the home team.
And Kevin, how about the mental toughness that this group showed? They were never rattled at all by the opposing fans.
And now let's catch up with David Aldridge, who's standing by from the sideline. All right, Dave.
Kevin, thank you. Anthony, an impressive win, and it seemed like a collective effort out there tonight.
Guys come in and stepped up and played tremendously, so I just go out there and play with all my energy and everything I had in me and leave it out on the floor, and I'm glad we got the win.
Hey, Anthony, thanks for your time. Kevin, back to you, man.
David, thank you as always. And that'll wrap it up, folks. For David Aldridge, Greg Anthony, and Steve Smith, and the rest of our terrific 2K Sports crew, this is Kevin Harlan saying thanks for watching. See you later.